Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us today for our webinar on regulatory reporting challenges in superannuation. So this event is brought to you by Taxilla in association with CFO Mindset. So today we are here to explore the vital topics of regulatory reporting within the superannuation industry. Also, we will touch base on the challenges of ensuring continuous compliance, the role of data transformation in simplifying reporting processes, and how Taxilla's innovative low-code platform can streamline and as well as enhance regulatory reporting process. So let me quickly introduce our speakers of the day. So George from CFO Mindset, he brings over 25 years of experience as a chartered accountant and expertise in leveraging technologies to enhance decision making and operational efficiency in finance teams. And next, I have Chandan with me, heading Taxilla's product management with over 15 plus of years experience in regulatory and compliance domains. He's a key figure in developing RegTech solutions and was a finalist for the best use of RegTech at the Backend Technology Awards in 2019. So our today's agenda is aimed at providing insights and solutions for current challenges in superannuation reg reporting. So without further ado, over to you, George.
Okay, hello and welcome. My name is George Favoto, CFO Mindset, and we have over 25 years experience understanding the frustrations that CFOs experience in their role, and particularly around reconciling large data sets, which has an impact then on our ability to deliver quick month-end close, reporting information to board and directors for decision making, and also meeting compliance requirements. And I'm working together with Taxilla, who have demonstrated a strong capacity in delivering outcomes. So I'm now handing over to Chandran from Taxilla.
Thank you so much, George. Thanks, Rohini, for the introduction. Just moving on with the agenda for today, right? So in my 16 years experience, whenever we meet a CFO office, right? So the pertinent questions that come out in the conversation is your regulatory reporting process automated, right? And also the most important thing is it dependent on key individuals to prepare these reports? We would like to call it as continuous compliance. So what we mean by that is, especially for the superannuation industry, we are seeing there has been continuous change in regulations that APRA and other entities are kind of bringing it about. And APRA has formally also launched the Superannuation Data Transformation Project as well, which focuses on data submissions from the entities. And this is a period of 5 to 6 years kind of a program where the industry bodies are also engaged and consultations are provided, right? So what we see here is the firm has to be enabled to make these changes at a pace in which the regulator requires. And having said that, there has to be some kind of a process in place which helps this process to be more automated in nature, right? You cannot invest your time and people for every change in the regulation, right? So that is where they come up with something called as citizen developer. So I think the need of the hour is to equip the organization with continuous compliance. And how do we do it, right? So there are a few methods that we want to kind of follow. Before we get there, I just want to give a brief overview of the data transformation project that APRA is undertaking. APRA has kind of broken down these into 3 different phases. The first phase being focused on fixing some of the priority data gaps in the reporting, largely because now APRA is kind of using these submissions to also provide industry publications. The phase 2 is what we're currently in, and I'm sure most of you all are aware of the March 30th deadline to submit your reporting forms that's been getting updated as part of the phase 2 program. Phase 2 actually focuses on submitting data in the most granular way. What we've seen so far has been standard report templates that the regulator would need. But going forward, they're also kind of opening up the submission via a granular data. What few reports that are redundant and are duplicate and are being submitted to another organization like an ATO or an ASAC, So some of these reports have been identified, and there is a plan to eliminate these reports. And one of the major changes the termination of D2A, right? The direct to APRA application is being kind of phased out, and the data collection system, DCS, APRA Connect, is what is being brought into picture for superannuation, right? This makes the life of the the report preparer a lot more easier. You would not have quality control issues when keying in manually the data from your Excel sheet into the D2 application, right? So this is a automated system to system connectivity between your regulatory preparing system and the APRA submission system, right? By click of a button, provided the vendor software is equipped with the connectivity with APRA, they can submit the return directly to the regulator. Looking at cross-report validations, ensuring that there is consistency between data reported in multiple similar kind of reports, and hence there is quality maintained. And there's also going to be an introduction of new reports as we move into phase 3. I think right now APRA is focusing on phase 2 to ensure that there is enough comfort in the industry to kind of adopt the changes in phase 2. Reporting standards that APRA is putting across for phase 2 here. So there is close to 300 plus new definitions that APRA has introduced in the 101 standards. Now, how does it impact? Right now, one is the impact on your existing rule for preparing the data. Second is to also start capturing this new data elements in order to submit this information to APRA, right? So the challenge comes in the second one, because it could also mean that maybe your upstream system or the users are mostly maintaining this information off the system, and you would probably need an interface to kind of have all of these in a unified location, right? So that's the challenge that most entities would start facing. And like you're seeing here, there's close to 500 plus elements that APRA is requiring to be submitted as part of the phase 2. When it comes to your cost, scalability is going to be a larger issue, given that the regulator is constantly changing its regulations. You'll have a high dependency on project management, and there's going to be a longer change management cycle. The third is outsourced services, is where you kind of identify a third party vendor, and you kind of use their services to prepare your regulatory reporting. Now, how does this operate, right? So we spoke about citizen developer, right? So the tool should have modules in place so that you can probably use the relevant module in the platform and start building your own applications or start building your own regulatory reporting requirement, right? Now, let's say there is a new data element that APRA has come up with. So you should be the user, the citizen developer, should be able to come up with the requirement on the system and being able to use the workflow and the mechanism of the platform to kind of build this out entirely without much dependency on the IT team, right? Now, this offers a lot of advantages. One, there is the process. The process is controlled within the business team, which is the app team, to kind of hold this information. And there's going to be predictability in terms of cost, and the efficiency that you can bring in is within the organization. And of course, continuous compliance is anyways side benefit that the entity would need. Technology experts to kind of develop some of these applications that we have. So we start with data preparation activity, followed by data standardization, reconciliation of data, then transforming this information into the relevant reporting structures. So this is like a wholesome product which is built on a low code technology and a platform. But putting that perspective into APRA, right? So the platform is built in a way that it is source system agnostic. We don't really dictate the formats in which the data needs to be pumped into the system, right? So we extract the data as is from your upstream systems, and we provide pre-built connectors, pre-built. We also have connectivity in place between us and APRA, meaning the submission can be via DCS without a manual intervention. So this is the architecture that we follow when it comes to APRA regulatory reporting. And we can extend this to any financial transformation that CFO office is looking forward to. Jump into the product demo, give you a brief about what is a low code platform. The user would be provided with a portal, a web portal, and this would be hosted on a SaaS platform, which gives you the flexibility of scalability in place. So what you see here is as simple as just going to the organization management here and creating the required level of information, right? Level of setup. Now there are multiple methods through which the application can seek data. One, of course, is user can upload it, but it's something that we would want to recommend only if there's no system in place. Otherwise, the system can connect to an SFTP, can also connect to an API. So these are pre-built transformations required for the APRA reporting, right? The user can, once the data is uploaded, the system automatically computes or that is required for the reporting purpose and runs the checks and rules which APRA has defined. Have a look at what's causing the trouble and actually can go back and modify those records and re-upload only the incremental records. If the records are of very minimal volume, you can actually come onto the system and fill in the validation checks here. For example, the check that talks about now is that asset class type cannot be listed. It has to be not applicable. So some of these are already available lookup values on the system. You can come in here and simply click on update, and the data gets successfully updated. And the second step or the next step is to kind of have a system in place where you can manage your master data. The system automatically transforms the incoming values into the standard APRA defined values so that the reporting can happen without any further trouble. The final step here is to have your returns in place. A few of these tiles would be made available to the user. The system automatically prepares the report once the data process is completed. And you can drag and drop your input files. You can picturize these existing data into your internal reports, internal management dashboards as well. One of the unique advantages that I want to kind of call out is the way that the platform is built out is modular in nature in that format. You can reach out to these coordinates if you have any inquiries or any questions on how do you kind of tackle some of your regulatory reporting challenges.
Chandan. So the frequently asked questions, we can discuss it right now. So first one is, can you connect to my data provider's environment for data pull?
Yeah, so I think from our experience in working with superannuation, there are predominantly three different data sets that is required, right? One is the membership, the member information. Second is the funds or the incoming fund that the member is putting into the respective superannuation fund. The third is the investment and the performance information. Now we've seen that maybe the first two data sets are within the organization. However, the investment and the investment performance is largely with your external portfolio manager. So the system can integrate with your external vendor via an SFTP if they're already providing you an Excel or a CSV dump. Or we can also integrate with the APIs that your third-party data provider is also having. And again, here, we don't dictate the APIs endpoints. We are open to developing these custom endpoints depending upon the API specifications by your third-party vendor. And this makes the implementation a lot more easier and a lot more quicker as well. I hope that answered the question now.
All right, and thanks, Chandan. I think that's it we have for today. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining the webinar, and hope you all had an insightful session. And once again, thanks, George and Chandan, for a detailed demonstration and picking up the queries. For further to reach out to us, our website is there, CFO Mindset website is there, and contact details, everything is mentioned in the slide. You can go to this. Thank you all.
Thank you, Rohini.
Have a great day.
Thank you all. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.